It's the Career Seeker Show live on WPPM LP Philadelphia. What's really good? Special show today. We have my guest, Mr. Michael Robinson, coming out today. I'm going to bring him out in a few. Wanted to let all the Career Seeker listeners know that Miss Alberta Bloom is not here today. She is working on jobs for the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and a career fair. All right, Career Seeker Show, it is that time. We do this every Wednesday, 4 to 5 on WPPM 106.5 out here in Philly. We stream live at phillycam.org, and we broadcast live on the East Coast Executive Facebook fan page. So this is what we do. This is how it's going down. Please believe it. All right, I want to talk about the weather that's going on out here. I know we usually leave that up to Tiff. She's not here today. It's rainy. I'm tired of it. This week, I had some family. I won't even say friends. I had family in town from New York City. Mark Rodriguez, my man, and his brother David Rodriguez came out to hang out with me and, of course, Career Seeker cameraman Will Martin. And we decided we were going to take in the Mets game on Saturday. So we get into the stadium. We park, right? It's at $18 to park. We get to the stadium, getting ready to sit down. It's about 10 minutes before first pitch. Of course, a few beverages, $9 a wop. So there's 4 of us, it's 36. We sit down in our seats, and nobody comes out to throw that first pitch. They wait about 10 minutes to announce that the game will be postponed due to pending rain. Where's my man Kenny Johnson from the Phillies? Where is my man from the Phillies? I might see him tomorrow at the neighborhood job fair that's taking place at Temple University. That's why we have Mr. Michael Robinson coming on the show a little later. But I don't understand why I had to do all of that to find out this game is going to be postponed. They told me it was going to rain. I just figured that it's Philly, only the strong survive. We were going to ride through this rainstorm and do what we do. But that's all right. We came back Sunday and did it to the Mets. So I was able to send my man Mark Rodriguez and his brother David back up the turnpike with that L. So thank you, Phillies, for that. All right. It's the Career Seeker Show. I've been working really hard, just trying to do these things with my career classes. I may have mentioned before, I got 2 classes running. One is the Connect to Work class that's taking place at the Honickman Learning Center. The Project Home Honickman Learning Center and Comcast Technology Labs. And the other class is taking place in South Philadelphia at the Free Library. I think that's like Broad and Moore. We're getting it done, man. I actually had some of them that's supposed to call in with some questions today. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of sit back and answer some of them with my man, Mike Robinson. Now, constantly, I am running my mouth on this on air talking about I'm the world's #1 diversity recruiter, right? Huge statement to make. But when my man Michael Robinson comes on, I want to talk about something. This guy right here has put everybody on alert. Anybody that's doing a career fair in the city of Philadelphia, you have officially been put on alert. I've seen Mike have a guy with bulging muscles and then a guy with no muscles, and he said, this is our career fair, this is theirs. I saw Mike have like a Big Mac up there, and it basically said, this is our career fair. And then there was one of them little scrawny hamburgers, and he said, this is theirs. He basically set a tone out here to say, catch me if you can. 100 plus employers in North Philadelphia tomorrow, the 17th of May, for the Temple University Neighborhood Job Fair. Mr. Mike Robinson, why are you doing us like that, my friend?
That's how we do it.
I love it, man. I love it. It's a good look, man. I've been watching you on Twitter. I've been watching you on LinkedIn, and I just gotta laugh, man. I'm like, Mike is killing the game right now, man. I appreciate that so much. I really, you know me. We've been knowing each other for a while, and we always sit back and get a good laugh and just have fun, especially when people are putting in the work. Yeah. And you're putting in the work, bro.
Man, I tell you, we started working on this job fair back in January because it literally takes that amount of time for the promotion, for the outreach to the employers, for securing the facilities, etc. So we've been putting in the work, man. Been putting it in.
I seen you, man. I kept looking at that number. I think the first number I saw you put out there was like 80.
Well, the first number was like
60. Okay.
And then we grew from there.
Man, and then I think I looked recently, what, 113, 111?
113 companies, all hiring.
All hiring. All hiring.
Come on,
who else does that?
Come on,
nobody in the city is doing that. I'm not even going to talk about it. Nobody. Shut the city down tomorrow. You just, listen, he got 113 employers coming out. So that means nobody's in Center City working. Everybody's at the job fair. And then you probably got people, I've heard people say they're calling off of work.
That's a good
go
thing.
up there and do what they do to find their next job opportunity.
Let me tell you, we have a nice list of diverse companies.
Okay.
Manufacturers,
yes.
Service companies, hospitality.
I love it.
I mean, it's a cross section of a lot of industries, from entry-level opportunities to management opportunities. And I mean, if you're looking for a job and you're an adult professional, a U.S. veteran, or a recent college grad, this is the job fair. If you're not there, you don't want a job.
You don't want a job. You don't want a job. Well, listen, so I was speaking earlier about having two classes going on right now. My Connect to Work class and my New Choices class. My Connect to Work class, your job fair is on the agenda.
Nice.
It's on the agenda. When we came out with this agenda maybe a month or two ago, I think I had reached out to you to get the date on your career fair. And I just locked it in. I said, you know what, 17th, that's where everybody's going to be at. So yesterday we were going through resumes, making sure everybody's resume was tight, talking about the whole elevator pitch branding statement, just to get them ready to go down there and show and prove.
Yeah, man. One of the things, there's a science to navigating the job fair.
Yeah, talk to them.
A lot of people think, okay, I'm going to go to the job fair, I'm going to hand out resumes. And I advise everybody, bring a resume. But most job fairs, companies will most often steer them to their website to apply for jobs online and electronically. And some people will get frustrated that I brought these resumes, they don't want my resume, and they think it's an affront that the companies are kind of rejecting them. No, they're not. It's just that they want you to go on their website so that they can, manage the resume traffic through their online systems. So bring your resumes, but also be prepared that if the company says that we're only taking electronic copies, by way of our website, we have an on-site computer lab. Bam!
Right there, so they can just go over there and
come on now. They can apply right there on site. Come on, man.
And then they can even circle back and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know I just applied.
I just applied for the.
Yeah.
See, that's why Forbes magazine made you career coach of the year, man.
Yeah,
See,
man,
that's
circle
what
back.
we're talking.
Listen, Mike. So I was telling everybody, I said, here's the thing. People do get upset when the recruiter says, I can't take your resume right now. However, that's an opportunity to say, well, listen, is it possible I can have your name so I can follow up with you when I apply to the job? Or maybe even just connect on LinkedIn to let you know that I've applied to XYZ position.
Here's the tip. Go to the job fair, and my advice to everyone, secure business cards from all the people you make connects with.
Sure.
So that when you follow up and you do apply online, you have that person's name that you connected with.
Gotcha.
That separates you from everybody else who doesn't have that contact, who's just sending in a resume blind.
A lot of times on that ATS, on that online application, it will say, how did you find out about this opportunity? And you can punch that person's name in, or, a representative of XYZ company, whatever it may be. But it's going to give you a leg up on a lot of the other candidates because you're looking like an educated applicant.
Yes.
You're applying and and then, you know what, Mike, it's interesting as a recruiter, you often look for certain things to kind of get an understanding of a person's attention to detail, their ability to follow up. And sometimes you give people hurdles with the hopes that they'll be successful in navigating that. So I can say, all right, they did everything I asked them to do. So when you circle back and say, hey, I know you suggested that I apply online. I actually completed that process. Is there anything else that I need to do to secure a face-to-face interview?
There you go.
And then hopefully they give you some information, or at the very least, the recruiter circles back and says, you know what? Let me pull that information and get back in touch with you. And then you're on the road from there.
Yep, it's great advice, but the key is network, because networking is the #1 source of people finding jobs.
Indeed. Indeed. You know, I think there's some numbers out here. I recently did a workshop on behavioral-based interviewing at the University of Maryland. And a part of that process, I was speaking about networking. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me slow down. I know this job fair is at Temple tomorrow, but shout out to my terrapins at the University of Maryland. I don't know what you guys are doing down there, but Mike Robinson just dropped a bomb on the whole Mid-Atlantic region and said, if you don't have 111 employers, 113 employers, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. So, College Park, I need you to step your game up, man. I'm wearing the alumni pen today and everything because I knew Mike was coming in here with Temple stuff on. Hey, Bruce, I'm going to show you my jacket, man. I got the alumni pen on it, but I knew Mike was going to come in here with some Temple stuff on. I said, I'm going to rep for Maryland right now. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Facebook, man. Our Facebook live feed is crazy right now. Mike brings that energy, so I love it so very much. Shout out to everybody listening at phillycam.org as well, man. If you're in another city, this is a neighborhood job fair, but this isn't just for Philadelphia. This is for anybody, man. Anybody within the sound of this broadcast can come through, Mike.
Yeah. We literally draw people from the tri-state area.
Sure.
So Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania. I mean, we draw from this tri-state region.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
At the minimum, we've seen over the last 3 to 5 years, at minimum, 2,000 people coming out to our job.
People. So you've actually changed locations, right?
We had to change locations 3 times.
Because of the size.
Because of the size, because of its growth.
Unbelievable, man. No, what? Let's just get into it, Mike. Where's that taking place tomorrow?
Tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
At the Student Training and Recreation Center. And that's at the corner of 15th and Montgomery Avenue on the campus of Temple University.
Man, shout out to everybody at Temple University checking in on that. Know what? Speaking of people checking in, man, shout out to Scott McGlee for checking in on the Facebook feed. Shout out to Andrea Hickenbottom. That's her name. Black Tribbles, man. Did you check that show? That's my man Len right there from the Tribbles. You got to check them out on 106.5, man. Mike, if you've never heard their show, It's bananas, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they do a great job. I'm actually going to get the time and date for that for everybody. But yeah, shout out to Scott McGlee, Andrea Hickenbottom. Shout out to Leah Beatrice, my man Pierre Gomez, everybody checking in on the Facebook fan page to hear about this Temple University neighborhood job fair, Mike. Gonna be crazy.
Let me tell you, it's the Thanos of job fair.
That's that TU education coming in. He's bringing it.
We are the Marvel universe, and everything else is DC. When it comes to job fair.
I love it, man. I love it. Listen, we're doing the thing really big out there tomorrow. Like I said, a lot of people are going out to the fair. I don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. It doesn't matter, man. Just show up, have your resumes in tune, and just be ready to network. I think Mike said it best, networking. And as I mentioned before, where I was headed with that was when I did my presentation, I started doing some research, and there was a jobvite.com survey or study. And they said 80% of the people are finding their jobs through networking right now.
That's the number one source of finding a job.
Yeah, 80%.
And a lot of people who, ignore that stat or ignore that opportunity to network, you're missing out on some potential opportunities. And I want to say this to your listeners. Don't just network with the employers, network with the other job seekers because Joe Smo over here might know of a job opportunity that wasn't a good fit for him, but it might be the perfect fit for you.
It's all about information.
Yep.
It's all about information. Network with other job seekers. Network with the staff that's there just managing this. Like everybody, I used to work for a lady. Her name was Joyce Holly. And she had a company here in Philly called Advanced Staffing or Alternative Staffing. They had two of them. It was her and Patricia Brooks. I don't know if you know Pat Troy. But anyway, so they had a company, staffing agency, and she said, if somebody's not a customer, they're a candidate. They're one or the other. They're one or the other. They're a customer or a candidate. So she's like, everybody you meet has an opportunity to support you in your job search one way or another. And, I was young then. And I didn't understand it completely. But as I ventured into my own business at East Coast Executives, I started to get it. I'm like, you know what? That's how everybody, and then with this networking and the way social networking is, even if they're not your candidate, they're a great referral source, or they're a great source or pipeline
Without
for other
question.
candidates. Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, shout out to my man Torrin Ellis, man. Went on LinkedIn, put some information about a search the East Coast Executive is conducting today. LinkedIn is such a powerful tool, Mike, and man, I just keep getting a stream of candidates coming in with interest in that job opportunity because of his network and him looking out. So that's the importance of the networking.
What I would, to kind of piggyback off of what you just said about LinkedIn being a powerful social media content, for folks who are interested in upping their job search efforts, if there's a target company that they're interested in, go on LinkedIn, type in the company name, see who names comes up, and see if there's someone among that list that's in your network. And if not, maybe reach out to your college, if you're a college grad, your alumni association, type in your college, see if their name comes up under, the companies that you're targeting. Because LinkedIn, a lot of people aren't really mining it for the information it provides.
And I see people want things when they want them. I think the biggest value in LinkedIn is getting ahead of the job search.
Yes.
Start connecting with people before they have something that you want. So you can circle back and say, realizing that we're connected on LinkedIn, I noticed there's an opportunity at your organization that I have some interest in. Because if you start reaching out to them when you see the opportunity, that process takes too long, and then they're going to know that you're reaching out just for that. So if you know that you're interested in Temple University, start connecting with people from Temple University now. And then when you see that opportunity a month from now, 2 months from now, 1 year from now, you can reach back out and say, hey, Mike, just wanted to touch base with you. I know we've been connected here on LinkedIn for about a year, but I just recently saw an opportunity that I had interest in. And then you got to start thinking like, oh, no, what, man, I have been connected to this person for a while. Let me see if I can help them. And that's the way you kind of stay ahead of the job search.
I love that.
Yeah, I think people are reactive in their job search instead of being proactive in their job search. And that's always a challenge for me as I go through the classes that I teach and conduct here in Philadelphia and in New York City. It's just one of those things. All right, Mike. So listen, I don't know how we're going to do this, right? But help me out, man. Tell them some of the companies that are going to be in the building, man. Tell them some of the companies that are going to be in the building tomorrow.
I wish you had a drummer in here. I'd ask the drummer to give me some right now.
I need some soundboard help.
Let me tell you, we have I'm just going to rattle off a few. We have Comcast. Come on. That's heavyweight right there. That's heavyweight right there.
King of the City.
We have Aramark.
Yeah, the big boys.
Come on. We have B&T Bank.
Okay. Yeah.
We have TD Bank. Come on. SEPTA.
Yeah.
All right. We have PRWT. We also have Colonial Life.
Sure.
We have First Trust Bank, Eastern University, Swarthmore College.
Swarthmore.
They're in the house.
I haven't even seen Swarthmore at an event, I don't think. So that alone is saying something.
That tells you the type of draw we have these days. We have the manufacturer JBM Materials Company, Graduate Philadelphia. We have UPS. We have TransUnion Credit Bureau.
Love it.
Temple University Hospital. Sugar House Casino.
Of course.
Oh man. Citizens Bank.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania State Police. Philadelphia Police.
You got RHD coming out.
RHD. We have Logan Hotel. I don't know if you ever been to that hotel.
No, I haven't.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's okay. That's the old Four Seasons. Is that the old Four Seasons?
No.
Okay.
It's one of those boutique hotels downtown. Nice hotel, man.
Okay.
And so those are just a few. We have a laundry list of companies, small and large and mid-size, all offering job opportunities.
What are you suggesting if I'm sitting at home right now and I'm like, you know what, I think I'm going to make it to that tomorrow. That sounds really exciting. For one, that means we did our job here on the Career Seeker Show.
I knew that.
But also, what are you suggesting that someone do? What do they need to do to get ready for tomorrow, Mike?
All right, dress for success like you're going to an interview. I would also show up early. Doors open at 9. Senator Sharif Street, he's going to stop by between 11 and 11:30 to do the welcome.
Okay.
And so he's coming through, again, showing you the magnitude of the draw that we have on this event. I would also research companies. Anyone can email me at mike.robinson@temple.edu for the list, so that as they have the entire list, they can start doing their homework, researching the companies in advance. I would also be prepared to network, not, again, as we mentioned earlier, not just with the employers, but also network with those who are job seekers, to just, find out what opportunities may exist that may not be a good fit for, one individual, but might be a good fit for you.
Right.
I would not, now here are some things not to do.
Okay, I like this list right here. I like the not to do list as well. Let's go.
When you're standing in line waiting your turn to speak with an employer, don't be on your cell phone talking.
Wow, that's great advice. I didn't think of that. That's great advice.
That could be distracting to the employer who's talking with the persons in front of you, with you conversating on the phone. So don't talk on the phone while you're waiting in line. No loud, conversations with people in the line while you're waiting, because that could be distraction.
Sure.
And then, you're painting a dark cloud over yourself by doing that. No gum chewing while you're talking to employers.
A pet peeve of mine is when, and I've done my fair share of job fairs from the other side of the table. When someone comes up and says, "What type of job y'all got?" Are you
big turn off?
Are you serious?
Big turn off.
Yeah. So listen, do your research, as Mike had said. But even if you don't know what type of jobs they have, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say 90% of the people there tomorrow are going to have a cell phone in their pocket. Research the company, find out what they do, and then go speak to them. Don't go blind. Don't go blind. Go like an educated candidate, and it'll do wonders for you. Because trust me, if you go up saying, "What do y'all do? What type, y'all got jobs?" I'm done. We don't have any more rap. I can't.
And really, that's a poor reflection on the person not doing their homework.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason not to know something about these employers. Because while you're standing in line, you could be looking on your cell phone, doing some research on the spot, right. Or go to the mobile computer lab that we have set up on site.
The mobile computer lab. Come on, man. They're making it easy for you to be prepared. That's what I'm hearing. That's exactly what I'm hearing. They're making it easy for you to be prepared, career seekers. So with that being said, there's no reason, one, not to show up tomorrow at, 15th and Montgomery?
It's literally on the corner of 15th and Montgomery.
Before 9 a.m. Just go ahead and get early. Go ahead and get in there and start knocking them out. And you know what I want to ask people to do? Hit us up on Twitter at US Career Seekers. Man, take some pictures, share your success stories. If you need any advice during the day, I'm going to leave my @KL Johnson info line open. If you need any advice during the day about how you need to present yourself or approach a career table or booth, hit me up. I'm promising you that I will be on the Twitter line answering any questions that people have tomorrow. Listen, and if you have questions today, feel free to give us a call, 215-923-WPPM. Once again, 215-923-9776. I'm here with my man, Mike Robinson. This is what we do. We do it each and every Wednesday, 4 to 5. Come on, man. It's the Career Seekers Show, WPPM, LP, Philadelphia. Let's go. That's all. All right, good. Awesome. So we're going to keep it going, man.